It's
Yeah,
like,
just
yeah,
stop, motherfucker.
let's
Damn.
redo let's redo 12 Years a Slave and all them damn
For
movies
real.
and shit, and have
Yeah.
all the black people be
Kuta,
played by
Kuta
white
Kente
people.
could be white, right?
Let's flip the script
All the
and let's
slave
show
trauma porn. Flip it.
all the slave trauma porn. Let's flip the script and have all the roles reversed, and you guys play the slaves, and your women get raped and all
and
of that
show
stuff,
and
and we'll
show
be
show a
beating
bunch
the
of
shit
black
out of
people
you.
beating
And
the hell out of some white folk
oh
and see
yeah,
how that
yeah,
works.
let's do that for the next 100 years. I'm cool with that.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
It's like,
what
You know,
one theory I heard about why they changed her powers is because her powers are so similar to Mr. Fantastic, and because they're developing the Fantastic Four film, they didn't want to have the two so close together and their power sets be similar. I think that's stupid,
Mm.
but it's just something that I read on the interwebs. So, you know,
But I am
it looks like.
I do want to see it though.
Go ahead.
Like it looks interesting to me. It looks
Yeah,
like it's going to take a lot from
I
the
mean,
first run that was done by G. Willow Wilson. So I'm good with that.
I mean,
there's something
it's
to be
cute. I'm gonna
said
get
for
me some
having
cotton
different
candy.
perspectives on there's something to be said for having different perspectives of a superhero experience. Her perspective of a superhero experience will be so far away from what Captain America was, Steve Rogers. So yes, let's see a little brown girl be a superhero. Someone who idolized Captain Marvel, let her be a superhero. Why not? I mean, shit. I'm looking forward to it. Marvel has yet to just completely disappoint me, except for the Inhumans,
I mean, I
but they
think
have
the
yet to
show is
completely disappoint me.
probably going to be more or less for young girls. You know what I'm saying? Young kids to sit and watch.
Yeah,
Something. It's something else for them to watch because even though we have Marvel and all of these other movies that we've been watching, it is. If you look at it, it seems like it's geared towards the younger crowd anyway. So older people, they looking for all of the hoopla and everything that we've been looking at. It's going to be a different type of show. You know what I'm saying? And so on. And people just have to accept the fact that, it may not be for you because maybe you might feel it's too young or what have you. But, regardless of it, Marvel's going to come out with all kinds of stuff right now in order to appease everybody because they trying to make all the money.
All right. So
Right.
so
I mean,
what
yeah.
got what? Who do you think is going to make the cameo? In this one? Let's take bets. Who do you think is going to make the cameo in the show?
Mephisto.
Captain Marvel.
What's the name? Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel.
Brie Larson.
Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
that's too
almost
easy.
automatic, man.
That's too easy.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I think so.
That's not even a bet. But I
I
would
think
say
that's the
Captain
whole
Marvel
idea.
because I would say Captain Marvel because either next year or the year after they're coming out with Captain Marvel, the
The
Marvels, in
Marvels.
which
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Black Girl will all be co-starring. So, what's Black Girl's
Black
name? I'm
Girl.
sorry, I
Black
forgot.
girl.
Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the only one so
I'm
far.
sorry.
We'll be, and we'll be talking about her a little bit later. So
Yes, we will.
yeah.
So,
Superhero
Superhero
land.
and the black girl all walk into a bar.
Superhero
hey,
Black
hey,
Girl.
okay, well, we've done all we can with that. Hey, Roy, can we get DMZ now? Oh shit, I hear a lot of rumbling.
Was my son. What we had, it was so good. We were family. But that was pre-war. I lost my son in the evacuation.
Where is he?
Manhattan.
You won't be stuck in an active war zone.
There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend.
Damn it, Nova! Stay low!
There's a new world coming. This one's coming to an end.
They call this a demilitarized zone. This ain't no neutral territory. This is abandonment. They walled us in.
There's a brand my name?
That's Scale's public hit list. If you're not crossed out, you're next.
Rising clear and sweet and
If the DMZ's taught me one thing, it's that there's no room for pretending here.
My only pursuit here is my son.
You are stepping into stratospheres of consequence.
there's a new day dawning.
You shouldn't come back.
Some of you chose to stay here. Some of you have been left behind. All of you survived.
Why did you come back?
For you.
Okay, so before anybody says anything, why echo? Jesus. So yeah, those scenes that you see in the basement, that's in my house. That was my room, John. Yeah.
Is somebody washing dishes or something? I can't hear.
I thought it was Jimmy Pop popcorn.
I'm like, what the heck, man?
Oh hell no!
Oh man!
I'm just trying to understand.
Wow.
This is a whole lot of noise.
See, I'm glad I'm not in the theater next to his ass and shit. You know,
Right, he was just talking about
and all
that,
you
right?
hear is
I'm saying.
See,
See
it's
how
probably
quiet
pissing them
my
off. They was like,
sandwich
we're gonna
is?
start taking each
I'm
other's
like-
clothes off.
I mean, a sandwich
You
is
know?
very quiet.
Oh, did I
People
tell
just
you
gonna get dressed and walk out.
did I tell you after all of that the nigga had the nerve to go to sleep?
Oh my gosh! Oh man.
Roy,
Oh my
you were saying
goodness.
something, and
So,
then you kind of faded off.
Okay.
Yeah, Roy, you said
So
that you wanted to
DMZ.
say something before we said anything.
Yeah, well, okay.
The
All right.
DMZ,
Well,
what
I
did
was
we
just
say?
gonna say Rosario Dawson.
The
That's
scenes
what I was
that
gonna
you
say.
saw in the room-
Rosario motherfucking Dawson.
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you
Barely.
now.
Turn your
A
mic
little
up,
bit,
man.
yeah.
Kinda.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can
The
hear you now.
scenes that you saw with them in the bedroom were shot at my house.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately,
That's
I
great.
wasn't at the house the day Rosario was there, but I
Nah,
did
they
meet
didn't make
Ava.
that
That's when I
sure.
met
Did
Ava
you-
DuVernay.
Did you still
Oh, you
have
met
those
Ava?
teddy cams hitting around the room
DJ,
or anything
please,
like that?
no, I did not. Yes, I did meet Ava.
That's cool.
Oh, how was that? How was that?
It was cool. She was real cool about it.
Wait a minute. What you
Okay,
expecting to
well,
say, man? We trying to get some work out here, you know.
I don't.
Yeah, I did that
I was
bitch.
right,
Man,
no.
shit.
I wish they didn't take off of New Gods, man.
But you wish they didn't take off what?
Take her off of New Gods.
Why?
Of New Gods?
Yeah.
Why?
I
Didn't
think
we
she's
just
done
talk
all
about
right.
that a couple of weeks ago?
I think it's been a while.
Yeah.
But they
So
had
have
her
you watched
originally on the
Naomi? project. I Have
have.
you watched
We
Naomi?
talked about that too. That was the same time we talked about Naomi, and yeah, that same look on your face was exactly the same when you mentioned Naomi.
I was about to say, wait a minute. I thought you guys were the ones that said that Ava DuVernay, maybe shouldn't have been on a certain project. What project was that?
No, I thought she'd have been fine with New Gods. It was John who was like,
Okay.
because of her work on Naomi, he doesn't think that it would have been
Right. The Naomi. Okay, I got you.
Right.
I got you.
because Naomi is like all over the place.
Yes.
It's like
Oh, I
trying
got
to be
another
And
name.
can you
it's trying to be a
imagine?
teen
DMC.
drama. Yeah, it's trying to be a teen drama with a superhero. Superheroes in the background.
Right.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Ava DuVernay having, with the small world that Naomi is, giving her the keys to the kingdom of New Gods, as vast as that is? Good God, man, that would have been an
Yeah,
ungodly
I hear
mess.
what you're saying.
But I
I hear
digress.
what you're saying. I was hoping that she'd get a little bit more
Okay.
direction from the people at DC on that one. But DMZ, done by Vertigo imprint of DC.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, man. It's kind of like a mix
Yeah.
between Escape from New York and I Am Legend, and a little
Yes.
bit of There's a show that
And a
was
little bit
on.
of chicken fry. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there was a show that was on AMC called man, what was the name of that show? Um,
Into the Badlands.
Walking
yes,
Dead.
sir. Exactly. Into the Badlands. No, hell no.
Uh,
Into the Badlands.
no.
It
I
looks a
watched
lot
Into the
like that.
Badlands. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
it
right.
looks a lot like
They
that.
got my boy Hoon Lee in here, from
From Warrior.
well, not just Warrior, but before Warrior. Speaking of Max, begins with a B. The town with the sheriff and the fake sheriff who was actually a thief on
Oh,
Cinemax.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Not
Oh man.
Mayberry.
Oh, y'all gotta be
No,
kidding.
no, no, no. No.
What you say?
Not Mayberry.
No,
Um
I'll give it to you in a second.
Was that
Justified.
Benjamin Bratt
Justified.
that was playing the head guy?
Banshee. No,
Benjamin Bratt.
Banshee.
Banshee, okay, Banshee.
Banshee.
Yep.
That was
Banshee.
Benjamin
Hoon
Bratt.
Lee was the
Nicole.
man
Okay.
in Banshee. Oh, Benjamin Bratt is ripped. Oh my God. Dude was like, if I want to keep getting
I mean,
some
he
work, I
looks
just
a
gotta,
lot slimmer than
stay in
most
the
of his
damn
stuff,
gym.
so that's why I was trying to. I was like, that looks like him.
Yes,
I thought he
Yeah,
was
but he
James
had like
Otis Hall. I agree. A Wrinkle in Time. I'll
a
pass on her in
12-pack.
sci-fi too. I'm not down with Ava DuVernay is a powerful documentary maker, but no, I have yet to see her do a sci-fi project that was somewhat coherent. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Yeah. Damn. Oh, can we also
Yeah.
say
So,
that, I mean, did you guys get the impression that the dude that was standing up there making the speech was basically about to be Cyrus, Can you
I thought
dig
about
it?
I thought
About
about
to
that.
take that dude out?
Dig it.
Yeah, I
Like
thought
I'm,
about
I'm
him
pretty
as
sure
Cyrus
when we
Yeah.
see the series, somebody gonna take dude out, standing up there making them speeches and shit. He just asking to
Yeah.
be shot.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, this isn't. Have you read the comic, Rod?
I have not. I saw it. I saw it advertised in the previews magazine, and it was on my list, but I never picked it up. It was never on.
Yeah.
I
From what
never
I
got a chance
understand,
to get it.
from what I understanding, there are a few changes. Like the lead character in the comic was a male, and there are
Okay.
quite a few differences in the comic than DMZ than the TV series. So, but it still looks
I believe it.
engaging. I'm willing to give it a try. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
believe you. I'm definitely gonna try it. I mean,
And
it's on
man, it's got
HBO Max.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, and that is our recommendation. Check out DMZ for Rosario Dawson. But
There
before
you
we
go.
go any
There you
further,
go.
I'm almost scared to ask. But DJ, you wanted to talk about Picard. What is it that you wanted to say about the series Picard, Star Trek Picard?
What? Why you scared, man?
Oh shit,
Uh,
man, come on. What you gonna talk about? What you gonna say?
So I actually finished watching the first season literally maybe 15 minutes before this show. So I finished the
Okay.
whole first season. So I got the whole gist of it
Okay.
and everything. I just got I am so triggered nowadays because I guess I'm tired like Uncle Percy, and I'm sure Auntie Nicole and actually all of us. I'm sure we're tired of the same BS and racism and sexism and just all the isms and shit. So even though I'm a fan of Star Trek and I'm a fan of Jean-Luc Picard and all of that, I'm Team Raffi, man. It just like why the sister got to be crackhead slash alcoholic slash bad mother,
Oh God.
just everything about the woman is just like terrible. Just I mean she was decorated officer. He gets to retire. He has a vineyard. He's still pretty much well respected, but she had to go through 14 years of hell just because he retired. So it totally ruined her rep, and she got fired, and so now she's estranged from her son, and her grandchild is coming, and he don't want nothing to do with her, and she's up there on the pipe and shit, and taking the bottle to the head, and I'm like, why
Maurice
they gotta do
Miles.
the sister like this, man? Why they gotta do the sister like this? Like so that for me, I enjoyed Picard, except just this tragic, and I know a lot of actresses, you know, worth their weight in gold would be like, oh man, we live to, play a character like that with so much depth and, so much, don't get me wrong, I was glad to see his sister on screen, but damn,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
everything they could throw at this woman, they threw at her.
I've seen exactly
So
2
you're
minutes
saying
of everything Picard, so I just have to believe everything you say about the show until I see it for myself. So I'm I understand, but in terms of what you're
It's
talking
gonna it's
about, I
gonna hit
totally
you.
get that.
It's gonna hit you, right? Once you watch it, trust me, bro. I know, you know, you strong black man. You know what I'm saying? That shit is gonna, Auntie Nicole, did you see
It's,
it?
it's gonna trigger me. I
I
got you.
haven't seen it, no, but
Okay.
I can understand where you're coming from with it, though. Definitely.
It was a good. I watched it. It
So,
was good. Good
but
plot, the villains, the whole deal. That one thing, just, ugh.
but the but the character, the actor that plays that character, she's always played those strange roles. Like she's been on Law and Order
Okay.
and all. She's a very strong actor. But then all of a sudden she gets to a point, and then they just cut her off the show, and she start getting momentum, and everybody start liking her and stuff. And then boom, she's off the show. And she
Michelle
just plays
Hurd,
these.
she's phenomenal. I mean, she
Yeah,
played the hell out of it.
she plays these characters, but it seems like she always at the end she ends up being just traumatized or something, and she goes off the deep end, and then the next thing you know she's gone. And then in season two, I don't
Man,
is she in season two? Because I know Q is coming
I
back.
yeah,
I
haven't
haven't
Q?
started
watched
it
season
yet.
two.
I got it.
Yeah, Q is
I got it queued up. I haven't started
So
it yet.
so I have watched none of season one of Picard, but I watched season two, the first episode, because Whoopi and Q were coming back.
yeah.
And I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan. It was nice to see Whoopi. It was nice to see Q. It was entertaining. There were parts that kind of dragged. I don't know who any of these characters are. I know Jean Luc and everybody else, and I know Michelle Hurd because she's a black woman. Everybody else, I'm just
Oh, wait
like,
a minute. So
yeah,
you mean I
I
get to
could care
spoil
less
some
about what
shit?
the hell's going on with you.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I get
I
to
don't give a
spoil some
damn.
shit.
You know,
What?
you
What?
are you reign spoiler supreme on this
I'm not
segment,
gonna let
sir,
you spoil
because
it.
I
I'm
don't
out.
know shit about Picard.
I'm not. Ah, damn. Oh, look at that punk. Man, that was some mark ass shit, man. That was some punk ass, mark
Well,
ass,
it was
goof
it
ass.
was really bad because his segment was coming up next. There he is.
Right.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
So
Go
Oh
ahead,
so
bro. I
okay.
ain't gonna spoil
So
shit.
aside from that character,
nah, you good.
do you recommend Picard? Aside from
Oh,
the
highly.
black woman being fucked
Yeah.
No, no,
up, do you
no.
recommend? Okay.
Everything about it, everything. I mean, aside from what Maurice said, it was like watching elderly people chew gum or something. I
Taffy.
don't know what he said, but
Chaffee.
Taffy.
taffy. Okay. I mean,
Actually,
I enjoyed
Picard
it.
is a great
You
show.
know, it's great. I
Uh oh,
enjoyed it.
voice of God.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. That just stuck in my. Well, Uncle Roy, what did you think about her character then?
I mean, everything you said is right about her being, you know, just estranged and feeling like, but she gets redeemed in it, and she's definitely she of course rolls over into season two, so she's gonna have a big part in what's going on there. So
Oh,
I
and
like the way
she's
it's
lesbian.
starting off. Yeah,
What you say? Oh, and she's lesbian.
Oh, and she's lesbian.
I
Oh,
didn't say that.
now I knew somebody said it
Yeah.
was TJ.
Oh
They
shit.
just threw
Here,
everything. They
here we
just threw
go.
everything at her.
Hmm.
Okay, so before we go any further down that rabbit hole, Rod's books we should be reading.
All right,
Uh,
Monica
oh,
Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau. Yeah.
starring in Spider-Man number 92, which is the Beyond Saga kind of coming to a close, where we find here that she has been secretly behind the scenes manipulating some other people in the Marvel Universe who are infiltrating the Beyond Corporation. And you get an interesting insight into Monica in this particular issue because she talks about how she pretty much got into the hero game and then she became an Avenger. And seemingly overnight, she became the chairwoman of the Avengers. And then she says that she was undermined by another member of the group.
Ooh.
And she said basically now she's
Ooh.
not being nice anymore. So no more Miss Nice Monica. She's now referring her to herself as Auntie Monica, which I thought was pretty stupid. But if she's going to be, this new hardcore person and just like not being nice anymore, and that's going to be her personality, that's cool. But you didn't have to give the Auntie Monica thing. Like, to me, that's totally unnecessary and a little heavy handed, if you ask me. But she and Morbius and the Daughters of the Dragon take out a lot of the Beyond Corporation's villain in training program, and they get a little bit closer to finally unraveling the end of this and getting to the end of this particular corporation's dealings. Oh, also guest starring Machine Man, old school hero turned, I don't know, is back in this issue. So yeah, so it's a good bridge. It's a good bridge to the end of the issue. The next issue is going to be basically Peter Parker probably going against Ben Riley and trying to reclaim the mantle of Spider-Man because, as you know before, or you may not know beforehand, in this particular storyline, Peter Parker has been hit with radiation poisoning, and so he's been slowly trying to climb back into being the wall crawler we all know and love. So that's Spider-Man.
Okay.
All right, next up on the wheel, Devil's Reign, number 5 or 6. Chip Zdarsky wrote a pretty good one here. This is a mini series where Kingpin, as you know, the Kingpin of crime, he is now not the Kingpin of crime. He's actually the mayor of New York City. So what he's decided to do as mayor is outlaw all vigilante and superhero activity in New York City. So as you can imagine, a lot of Marvel street level heroes are gonna have a problem with that. All right, but he enlists the help of Kilgrave, the Purple Man. And as you know, and if you
Hmm.
watch Jessica Jones, you've seen the Purple Man put in some work, and you know that he is absolutely terrifying when you really think about his abilities. And so, with the help of the Purple Man and his own group of Thunderbolts enforcing the law, he pretty much puts New York City on lock until the heroes strike back. In this particular issue, for whatever reason, I'm not quite sure yet, but the Kingpin, who once had known that Daredevil was Matt Murdock, had forgotten it somehow. And now he's realized that Matt Murdock is Daredevil again. He remembers that's his secret identity. So he ends up hunting down, um, and this is where my memory is getting a little foggy, but there is a guy who looks exactly like Matt. And I think at one point it was Matt Murdock trying to act like he had a twin brother to kind of throw people off about his secret identity. But somehow they became a real person who was his twin brother, and Kingpin basically beats this guy down. And I'm not sure if he thinking he's Matt Murdock. So I think he kills him, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see in issue 6. And we see the
Damn.
Thunderbolts fighting against uh, Daredevil, Captain America, Spidey, She-Hulk, um, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage is actually running against Wilson Fisk for mayor. So that's pretty interesting. And we probably see the result of that race in issue number 6. So I'm kind of interested to see that, if nothing else. I'm really curious to see if they're actually going to make Luke Cage the mayor of New York City.
Oh my God.
Some of the spin-offs though, some of the spin-offs of Devil's Reign are pretty good. The Moon Knight spin-off is good. Um,
Okay.
yeah, the Moon Knight spin-off is good. The Daredevil
Could
spin-off is
you
good.
imagine if Luke Cage ends up being the mayor of New York City? Good Lord. Sweet Christmas. I'm sorry, I had to put that out there.
Well, he won't need security.
Hey,
Well, there you go.
grown man,
Exactly.
police force and everything by himself.
Next up, Justice League. Interesting things coming up with the Justice League. This is Justice League 74. Um, in comic news, we have there's a preview, and they're kind of letting the cat out of the bag early. But the Justice League is going to die, and I believe it's in
Wow.
issue 75, and they're going to be replaced with a new version of the Justice League. Some of the people that you saw before from the Future State event are going to replace the original OG Justice League. But that doesn't happen in this issue. Like I said, that starts up next issue, that the whole plot line. But in this one, this is wrapping up the whole storyline of the forgotten Lord of Chaos, which has been released and has captured Black Adam's body and possessed him. So the Justice League Dark is called in along with the regular Justice League to try to help free Adam from this new Lord of Chaos's possession. And we also find out a little bit more about Naomi in this. We find that Naomi's powers, where they were really being nebulous about it, Naomi's powers actually amplify magic. So we find that out throughout the course of this issue when they beat this Lord of Chaos. Yeah, that's what I said too, John. I think they were being purposely nebulous about it because they weren't sure how they were going to explain it. But so far, this is what we know about Naomi. She's not from here, and her powers amplify magic. So maybe we'll get a little bit more later on. But like I said, this is pretty much a lead in to the events in which the Justice League are going to die and be replaced. You can also, if you want to
Okay.
catch that, yeah, it's been building up through Justice League Incarnate, another series, and the miniseries Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes. So all of the events in that are leading up to the major event. It's another crisis event because DC, whenever they have something major going on, they have crisis in the name. Whereas whenever Marvel has something major going on, it's pretty much Secret Wars now. So that's what they're doing for this. That's what they're doing for this crisis. This next crisis is going to be the OG Justice League is out. The new Justice League is in. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's going to be really interesting to see how they get taken out. And I don't want to give too much away on that in terms of how that happens. So maybe next week we'll talk a little bit more about that. So those are my books that we should be reading.
Hey Rod, have you picked
Yes,
up
sir.
the first six issues of the Naomi season one? I guess they call it.
No, I got the first two issues, and I had to leave it alone because I was
Okay.
frustrated.
Thank
I
you.
was really
Okay. I
frustrated
just wanted to make sure
because
this wasn't me.
yeah,
I just want to
I
make
was
sure
like,
this wasn't me.
yeah, it wasn't telling us anything. It was like drawing things out unnecessarily long and weren't giving information. So I said I'm just gonna wait until they finally decide they want to reveal everything about this young lady, and then I'll just go from there. I thought it was a
Part of
cool
the
idea to
reason
put it
that
in
I
the
stopped
Justice League,
collecting
but
books, I
I
thought that
thought it
was
was cool they
stupid
put it
too.
in the Justice League, but
Part of the reason I stopped collecting comics from the big two is because they purposely draw stories out to 6 or 7 issues where literally it could be 1 or 2 issues and be
Wow.
done. And I'm tired of, because now everything is geared toward the trade paperbacks, because
right.
with trade paperbacks you get like 5 issues, 6 issues of a story, and it's all one complete thing. I bought the trade paperback of Naomi's first series, and it was stupid. I mean, like Brian Mike Brian Michael Bendis has
Okay.
this annoying habit when he writes that his characters repeat themselves often. Have you noticed this, Rod? Where some one two characters talking to each other. Well, did this happen? Well, did I say it happened? But I'm saying, did this happen? Well, I mean, what do you mean by this happening? But I'm asking you,
Oh
did this
gosh,
happen?
that drives me
Dialogue
You
insane.
know
like
what?
that.
You
and
know
it's
what? Now I'm
stupid.
gonna look, and every time he writes something, I'm gonna look and see if that happens now.
Read some Brian Michael Bendis stuff, and you will just be like, these motherfuckers are saying the same damn thing for 2 pages. So, yeah,
Okay.
I can't fuck with the big two anymore. But I believe that brings us to the end of our show. Wow, DJ done worked up a lather over there. All right, young man.
Man, dude,
That's the gods doing it to him.
Yeah, yeah. Uncle Percy, what? Any particular warnings? Are we all gonna die still?
No, it's actually looking a little bit better. That's about
What about that new
Oh,
China thing?
really?
They said that they got a new variant or new something. Numbers are going up in China now. So
Jesus fucking Christ. No, there, there's always a new variant coming out somewhere. They got a new variant in Europe. Most likely it'll come over here to the United States this summer, whatever. But right
so we'll
now,
be at
let's still
COVID DEFCON 999 or something
everybody,
like that.
everybody right now just enjoy the next 3 months, and then we'll go from there. After Memorial Day, we'll see what the numbers are at. But right now, just everybody enjoy what they're doing, and pray that the numbers don't get to a point or that new variant comes to the United States and shuts everything down again by September, October. We'll be just fine till then.
Right there.
I got to use
All
that RV.
right.
I got to get the RV out. Shit.
He's like, I gotta do my RV. He said, not yet.
Oh Lord.
I ain't mad at you.
Anthony
I ain't mad
Cole,
at you.
what does Hydro Betty got for us today?
Oh man, we got some new stuff growing. I'm going starting some peppers now, if anybody's interested. And
That's what's up.
just
What
a
kind of
couple of
peppers?
the
yeah. I'm
chili,
about to say,
the
what kind of
Thai,
peppers?
the Thai hot chili peppers, and
Oh
got
wow.
me some, believe it or not, some butternut squash growing, and got some videos I gotta edit so I can get that started and finally get those out. But other than that, that's what we're doing right now, and being grandma.
Okay, yeah. Check out Hydro Betty on YouTube. Auntie Nicole's gonna have us all growing our own food for the apocalypse coming up.
There you go.
Uncle Rod, what's good? Uncle Rod, what's good, man?
Not much, man. Just enjoying spring break, trying to relax and catch up on these shows and all these books I got, man. Just
Spring
trying
break.
to, stay one step ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
You're
spring break, man.
you're on spring break now?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they want to get
Everybody's like a
they
shot.
wanted us exactly. They wanted us on spring break early because they're going to spend pretty much the next 2 months testing the hell out of these kids, and they don't want any kind of breaks in between. So that's what
Okay.
they're going to do.
Oh, okay.
When do you all get out of school?
We get out of school at the end of May.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense
Wow.
Yeah,
then.
the
Yeah,
end of May.
well,
So they're
our
going to
spring
have
break is the first week of April.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
going to have April and May, and it's going to be testing all day, all the time. It's going to be horrible for the kids. I hate it for
Yeah, well, fuck them kids.
them.
So
He's stupid.
no,
At least this
in
the
all
disclaimer
seriousness,
is still there.
yeah. In all seriousness, the past 2 years have just screwed up a whole generation of children, and
Yeah, yeah.
they didn't learn shit. Their maturity was stunted. Social distancing or social interaction was stunted. Everything. It's going to take another 3 or 4 years for them to actually become acclimated to life as it really lives. So
If
all
those
they
needs
know
are
is TV
specifically
screens
addressed,
and
yeah.
social media.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a whole
all it
lot
is
of like
is
what
social media and TV
graduation
screens,
stuff and
and they
prom and everything
and they
and just
don't
all of it.
they the educational institutions aren't addressing the fact that these kids have specific needs that are not being addressed, and
Hmm.
we're dealing with a group of kids who are just immature, and they you look at them cross-eyed. I got to get my last lick in. Everybody's self-medicating, everybody's depressed, everybody's you know going down
Jesus
this rabbit hole
Christ.
of medication and whatnot. So
And
yeah,
that's just the
Yep.
teachers.
they're
Yeah, teachers are going through it too,
exactly
man.
exactly.
TJ, you absolutely right about that. Teachers going through it too. Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, teachers. I
We have a
mean,
shortage.
teachers
We have a
are
shortage
stressed
in
out.
Florida. We have a shortage in Florida of 4,000 teachers
Wow. That's a lot,
because
actually.
people
Wow.
just not
Wow.
not not taking the
That's
profession up, and there's
crazy.
a lot of people who are leaving.
Well,
It's
you know,
like
they
they're
said
like,
that a
I
ton
can't
of
deal with it.
people
I'm out.
quit their jobs this year. Like this last 2 years, they said a lot of people just been walking off jobs and giving up the whole rat race and so on. It's actually like almost, for the purpose of trying to make a living, it's almost epidemic. It's like folks are just no longer wanting to work anymore and stuff. So it's getting hard.
That's
Well,
interesting because
education has always been taken
you
for
still see
granted.
some people. You still see people talking about, I can't find anybody to hire. I can't find anybody to work. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah. Mm,
Well,
absolutely.
as the
Yeah, so
resident unemployed person, I can tell you. I mean, you know, uh, it. Yeah, you get tired of the BS. I had a job at a trucking company last year. Came in as a rock star. They had some software they didn't know what to do with. It was some new software that they were introducing to the whole company. And so I came in as a dispatcher. And then, like a couple of weeks later, I get pulled into the boss's office. She's like, I need you to help me save my job. Because, truck
Oh,
drivers
wow.
ain't being paid right and this, and that, and the other. And you seem to have a handle on this software. Can you help me, get this
Mm.
payroll right and this, that, and the other? And I did that. For the next 2 or 3 months, I did that. Then they bring in another big wig to help, basically to take half of her power away. And he comes in swinging his balls like I'm the boss, and oh yeah, that job that you was doing, I want you to train somebody else to do that job you've been doing so well, and I want you to go back to doing this BS job that is terrible and stressful, and and this and the other. And I'm like, no, thank you, no, that's quite all right. That no, I gotta go. See you.
some things
It's
never
been
change.
fun. Yeah, man. Because I mean, literally walked in the door, and 2 weeks later, I was gone. Because I could. It wasn't. A lot of these employers, they cut off their noses to spite their face. Um, I felt like Devin Hester. It's like I created this position. I'm doing the hell out of it. I'm saving jobs. Truck drivers aren't leaving because they're being paid properly. I'm the most trusted man in the biz. They come straight to me, and now you want me to stop doing it because it's been fixed. I fixed it, but you won't let me have the position. Like literally, the director of
Right,
human resources was creating the position for me on paper, and she was, having somebody, intern, trail me for a couple of days to see what I did, and so she could put the job description together.
right.
And then they hired him, and he was like, no, 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 no. Yeah, we're gonna do something totally different. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah,
But I did have the opportunity with the Apple TV, but unfortunately that ended in November. So, but I'm on unemployment and I'm collecting a check until I can find something somewhere where they appreciate people. They appreciate the worker. They appreciate and they're going to pay you accordingly. And it's
right,
mm,
a lot of employers haven't got the message yet. Obviously, like teachers, that's why thousands of them are deciding. You know what? I've been putting in this work, and I've been doing this because I felt like it was a calling. And now I'm like Uncle John. Fuck them kids. Because
right,
it's you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of yourself,
Right.
your family, your mental health, all those things. And it's time out for just giving in to corporations and the whole uh the gears grinding, and you're being caught up in the gears because you're expected to just do it.
right.
um you know yeah, that's one thing that COVID gave us, is a lot of people looked at their lives, they looked at what was important, they looked at priorities and shit, and said, you know what, this ain't as important as I thought it was. I'm more important. My life, my sanity, my family, my is more important. So let me figure it out.
It gave people time to realize that, or look at things a
Whole
little
lot of
differently, and
time.
say,
Yeah,
hey, you know what?
absolutely,
I can do something different. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and for the
there was
companies,
a definite shift in
congratulations
the
to the
paradigm.
companies. Yeah, congratulations to the companies that got it. There's a lot of them that's like, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's pay them more. You know, I don't have a shortage. You know, I don't have to put a sign on my window that says, please be patient with the, you know, with the workers
Yeah.
because, you know, at least they came to work and other people didn't. No, some businesses said, fuck that. I'm going to pay my people more. I got a full staff. I'm making more money than I ever did before. Welcome. You know, we don't have to put a sign on our door saying, you know, please
Hey,
be patient.
hey,
You know,
I have a question. So, Uncle DJ, is it all this written down in your manifesto on djcollins.com?
The FBI
Uh,
would
why you
like to
gotta
know.
bring up? Why you gotta bring
so,
up old shit? Why you gotta bring up old shit? Huh?
I'm asking. You're a
Manifesto.
talented writer. I'm just asking. You're a talented writer. You just pretty much went off and gave us a sermon about how employers suck. So, I mean, this would make a good article to read,
No,
sir.
you're you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Uncle Roy, what's coming up on the network?
Next week.
Did something happen?
He lights out in cell block 7 or something. Yeah,
No,
I
that
heard
was
that.
his answer. You didn't get it. What's coming up next week? That's it.
Next week.
Next week is the
Oh my
23rd.
God. Oh man. Oh, great day.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's good to know. Don't forget, July 29th through July 31st. All this fun can be had live in person at the Urban Nerd Con in Montgomery,
Did,
Alabama. Please register,
did I
get your
tell you that
tickets
nigga
at
fell asleep next to me after he did all
theurbannerddcon.net.
that stuff with his girlfriend?
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did. You mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So, for Uncle Percy, Auntie Nicole, Uncle Rod, Uncle DJ, and Uncle Roy, I'm Uncle John. You all have a good evening. Peace and blessings. We'll see you next week. Next week. Good
the
night.
20.
Next